It is Rookie Week all week here on MSG and on the MSG 150. And with that in mind, we wanted to talk about our rookie experiences. Okay? Jules, what do you have?
Well, I think for me, my rookie experience, I decided there's so many rookie experiences that we have, I think, throughout life, but it was my European experience. Is when I went to Armenia, played in Euro Cup, went overseas. This was our breast cancer awareness uniforms. I played for Hatis Yerevan, and it was a crazy experience for me because there were 6 languages spoken on this team.
Wow.
We had people from all over the world. That was me and Marita Reed. She played for Miami, so she was the other American on my team. So we became pretty good friends, but it was a culture shock for me.
How many years did you play over there?
I only played for a year because I just didn't want to make my life over there, and it's different in women's basketball. Yeah. Either you play WNBA, or you play both, or you don't make as much money in the WNBA. So I decided to play in Armenia. For me, it was a tough experience in a lot of ways because it was kind of a second world country, and you're kind of learning a ton. People didn't understand English on that team at all, so we had to kind of communicate on the court.
You're the point guard, right?
Yeah.
How difficult was that?
I had one. I think I've mentioned this. I don't know if I ever mentioned this on the air here, but we had one instance where me and a Ukrainian girl on the team got in a big blow-up fight in the locker room that year because we didn't understand each other.
What language?
We were screaming at each other in our native tongues, English, and she's going at me in
kind of like
Russian.
this. Kind of like this.
Oh,
right?
it was a disaster. That was like the funniest experience. But anyway, I could go on and on, but that was my
wow. You guys communicated your anger effectively despite the language barrier.
Everyone knew we were fighting.
Oh my gosh.
Your rookie year someplace.
So after Georgetown, I hung it up. So my pictures are from my rookie year as a reporter in DC, working at News Channel 8, WJLA. Nice. So that is Redskins game, and then this Tim Brandt, who is fantastic, does a bunch of stuff with the ACC network. We did a show before the Wizards playoff game because it was on ABC and we had the ad time, and so we just got to jump in and chop it up, and that was
Were you nervous?
I wasn't really nervous about that because I had been doing game analyst stuff.
Okay.
But the one thing I remember from my first year as a reporter there is I did a package on kittens, feral kittens, and how this woman was rescuing them to keep them from being euthanized. So in my script, I wrote EUPHANIZED. Bet.
Oh.
Boom, I'm ready to go. So my producer is like, what are you trying to spell? And I'm like, euthanize, like, euthanize the cats, euthanize. She's like, UTH? I was like, oh, sorry.
I've been saying it wrong.
Right, this whole time.
Wally Zerbiak, 1999 draft, taken, of course, by Minnesota, 6th overall. There you go.
Draft night. Your suit fits well for that time.
Wally, draft night experience. Tell us. Let's go.
Wally, you're ageless.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think you're
I
ageless.
don't know about that. Oh, that was a great time. I remember that night like it was yesterday. It really was. 20 years ago. It's unbelievable.
Oh, my gosh.
20 years.
But, yeah, I had all my friends, all my family down in D.C. That was draft night. And, and when you get drafted, it's not only like, it's like you've arrived and you've made it, but you still got to make it in the NBA. You still got to play games. You still got to prove that you're worthy of that draft pick. So that was my goal. That was my mindset. But that was a lot of fun. But I got one funny draft rookie story. With the Timberwolves, KG, all the veterans made us get donuts. So KG was Mr. Krispy Kreme. So you had to get Krispy Kreme. And they were like 20 minutes north of the city. So you always had to go drive and grab the Krispy Kremes. One day.
Before practice?
Yeah.
Those are amazing, by the way.
I know.
And I don't even eat
and
donuts.
we had 3 rookies, which I was lucky. Rasha Nesterovich, Will Avery, and I. So we did week by week. One week I did one, next Rasha, next Will Avery. Rasha brought, let's say, B-list donuts. They weren't great one day.
Uh-oh.
Sam Mitchell took the donuts, berated him in front of the whole entire team. He's like, you got to get donuts like Wally gets. His wife Shannon goes up to Krispy Kreme and buys those donuts and brings them exactly how they're supposed to be. Took the donuts, threw them in the garbage, and absolutely lit him on fire. And I felt so bad for him. So to all you rookies out there, next year, get the donuts right or the veterans will not be happy.
That's like hazing.
Wow.
It is.
Amazing.
My first TV job out of college, Channel 12 Action News.
Hey,
That's Binghamton on the left, and on the right,
Whoa.
Carl Ravitch and I were the sportscasters at Cable News Center 7 in Ithaca, while I was at Cornell and Carl was at Ithaca College.
Look at
then
that.
we both went to
Look at that, Bill.
WBNG. and we both worked together at WBNG in the late 1980s.
That's spectacular.
And
Any rookie stories?
Yeah,
Any rookie stories?
Yeah,
Did you
I
have
know
to
you
get
said
the
somebody
donuts, the
picked on
coffee?
you.
Did you
Anything?
come out of the womb knowing how to
when
anchor?
you work in Binghamton, New York, you have to shoot your own video. And I'd go to high school basketball games, and the video, it always came back like the court was not level because my shooting was not, the white balancing wasn't great. So not only was the court uneven and the video purple a lot, but then you have to get the final scores from the high school coaches.
Ooh.
And that,
Did you have to call them?
yeah, and a lot of times they don't even call you. So you go on the air and you're like, so and so scored, but we didn't have a report for the
I
final
don't know what the
score.
final score was.
There is nothing like, if you started in D.C. and that was where you started, you're very lucky. There's nothing quite like small market television. It is,
Yeah.
oh
Much
my
respect.
heavens.
One of
Yeah.
a kind.
That's where you learn to make your mistakes, though, right?
Yeah, a lot of mistakes and a lot of stress trying to get all the high school video shot and edited and getting the scores and everything else.
Oh, that's
Well, I hosted a high school sports show,
And you
even
gotta
in
deal with
DC.
the weather up
It
there.
was a
It's
challenge.
icy. It's
That's right.
Oh.
Look out. Right.
Oh.
Major stress.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.